What's up, my chingus, and welcome to First Impressions for EXID's Ah Yeah. My name is Steven,
I'm Josh.
and today we're changing it up a little bit.
A little bit.
We're not doing a reaction per se.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you just look at it objectively, it is a reaction.
It is.
But it's a little bit different from other reactions, I want to say.
Yeah, I think by calling it a reaction, I think people expect something,
Hmm.
expect a certain something. And that's not what this is. This is like a discussion. Think of it as like a mini podcast or a mini
Yeah,
discussion of our first impressions of the music
yeah.
video.
And usually for our first impressions, we try not to look at any of the teaser pictures or read any of the articles about the song in general, so it doesn't bias our first impressions of it.
Yeah.
We usually will try to listen to it first time and give you what we think about it just from the top of our heads, and then maybe we'll speak a little bit more about it. But we'll definitely go over it more in our podcast, which we do every 2 weeks. So.
Yes, we do. So this is the first one, so I don't know really how it goes. Josh, you're what, feeling kind of sick? You took some fucking
Yeah.
medicine.
So if you guys don't know, Korean medicine doesn't fuck around.
They don't, yeah.
No, no. It says non-drowsy, and I feel like I just drank like a gallon of NyQuil. So
This is gonna be great.
sorry if my energy level isn't like super duper high, but I just want to let you guys know that I am quite excited for this release because EXID is one of those humble brags that we can kind of say. Because Steven and I, we found out about EXID before they got popular, you know?
Yeah,
But
well, I mean, I've been a big fan of EXID for a long, long time,
yeah,
but during our when Up and Down first came out, we were like, oh my god, this song's fucking awesome.
yeah,
Why aren't more people listening to this? And of course, it took people to realize that there's pretty girls apparently on EXID for them to
yeah,
to understand their greatness, I guess.
yeah,
But like every night is like one of my favorite songs.
yeah.
Um,
Maybe bomb. Bop,
yeah.
bop, 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 bop. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But I read a tiny bit, like I read a little bit
No,
of comments on
oh,
Reddit about this music
oh,
video. Um, so I'm not super, unbiased or anything.
okay.
But yeah, so this is going to be kind of a low key kind of deal. It might be kind of long, but if you stick with us, I promise you're going to get something you're not going to see in most other reactions, which is a discussion.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it right here. We
Now
got
let's get into it.
we got oh yeah, hype on hype. Here we go. It's got some that bass.
Yeah. The censorship bubbles. Is that a VHS tape?
It is a VHS tape.
Oh, that was a good little cut. So I guess Ellie is supposed to be like the
The
aggressive.
bad one.
Yeah, and Hani is like, I'm innocent.
There are three other girls in the EXID,
Yeah.
aren't there? Oh, they're
Oh,
there.
there's one. Whoa, is this like shit like on one of those like live porn stream sites?
Hey, this is what your wall used to look like, except for it used to be all
It
girls'
is Girl
generation.
Generation. I do have to say the oh yeah part is pretty catchy. Even though it's just them saying oh yeah, oh yeah.
It's what you feel deep down inside.
Not too big a fan of the like erratic cuts and such, but I can tell why they use that, you know. Oh, that YouTube? I guess they know they're big on YouTube.
Like mannequins are freaking me out.
Yeah, just try not to look at them so much. Just look at the girls. Yo, Bong. Oh, that's a good high note. Uh,
It wasn't porn all along.
oh, she's teaching English. Oh, she's not doing a nudie site.
Hmm.
Hmm.
All right. All right. All
You
right.
want to go first, Steven? About what you feel?
Yeah, I kind of want a more like freeform discussion. Although we normally always do a kind of very freeform discussion.
Mm-hmm.
But uh, yeah, I mean, I like the song.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't bad. Definitely not as insta catchy as Up and
Yeah.
Down was.
It wasn't as because when we heard Up and Down for the first time, we were like, "What is this song? We gotta download it."
Yeah.
This song, it's catchy. I'll say that, but it's not like I gotta run out and download it right away. Kind of catchy, you know?
Yeah, the first time, actually, yeah, the first time we heard that EXID song, we were at a recording of one of the music shows.
Yeah,
right?
I think Show Champion.
Yeah, and we were like, I mean, it was a rainy ass day.
Mm-hmm.
We were waiting there for a long time. There was a whole lot of Nugu groups like before that. We were like, who the fuck are these
Like,
people?
should we wait? Oh, Sonny's coming up, and then
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, Up and Down comes out, which was the first time we ever heard that song.
yeah, well,
The music video came out like that day, and we were like, "Oh my god, we need to download this song right now."
yeah,
This song is not that.
yeah,
I don't know. I like parts of it. Like, I think they tried to make it sound too much like Up and Down.
I think so. Yeah,
It has the same kind of like
saxophony.
yeah, that saxophone
yeah.
thing. But I still like the song. I think there's a part I don't like in it. It's the part like the back and forth between Hani and Ellie is really cool. But it's the part right after that, before the chorus starts, where the kind of girl kind of
She kind of belts.
talks.
Yeah, it sound that part to me sounds the most like Up and Down actually, because it's kind of similarly arranged in that sense, right?
Oh, I'm not talking. I don't know if we're talking about the same part. I'm
It's
talking
the
about.
part, right?
I think I'm talking about the part before that, where the girl speaks really, really fast. She's the one that was like tutoring the English.
Oh,
She just like sing talks like really fast, and then it goes to that part. I just thought that her part was just kind of out of nowhere. It's trying to serve as a transition, I guess, between the chorus and the verse, and I just thought it was kind of weird. I thought the chorus part is not bad, especially the oh yeah. I mean that it's extremely simple.
But usually simple things are what's like so catchy, right?
Yeah, but I feel like I've heard that before though. Like I feel like I've heard that exact syncopation, that exact rhythm.
Probably.
Like oh yeah, like in a Missy Elliott song or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like that's a Missy Elliott song, right? Where doesn't she go like?
It sounds
Doesn't she do something? Doesn't matter. Like it's catchy, but it's not like Up and Down was like I ain't heard that before, right? And it's a catchiness that even me who couldn't speak Korean, I could sing with that because it's so easy.
Yeah. I do have to say though, this music video, just like Up and Down, it has like a catchy dance point, right? With the whole like the knees thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
even though it is quite similar to Up and Down, and a lot of people are probably going to say this is just like a clone of Up and Down, but not as good. I thought it was pretty catchy.
The dance or the song in general?
Both parts, both parts.
I mean, it definitely is. It's definitely not a Digipedi video, and I think that shows that's a drawback to me, honestly. Like, I thought, aside from the cool cut between Ellie and Honey, like, that was really cool. Like, I think they did that really well. The rest of the video is pretty boring. I mean, they kind of, it's like someone kind of researched what Digipedi videos are like.
Yeah.
And so they try to replicate a little bit of it with the VHS tape and some of the dancing scenes where it's like kind of stripped out like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of want to, I'm going to turn off the sound, but I kind of want to play it again just so I can, if there's anything else I can talk about. Oh, that's not the right video.
That's the right video.
That's the test video. But I don't know. I actually was a little disappointed at the very end when they came out with like the most generic girl group outfits.
Yeah.
I mean,
I thought that was like 4 minute for a second. I was like,
yeah.
Can we see you 4 minute?
That's kind of sad. And it's also a little sad that like we know Hani was the focal point. I mean, she's the reason, quote unquote, why most people noticed her.
Yeah.
But they really like it is 90% Hani and Ellie, and the other girls like
have like no time. Yeah.
Have like no time. They have like a tiny ass part in the song, and that's. I mean, it makes sense from a business standpoint, but it's also kind of sad. It's this part that I don't like, where she's kind of sing talking. And then this girl comes out.
This part is good, right?
Yeah, it's not too bad, and of course the "oh yeah" part is pretty good. But I don't know, like I think the dance is a little not as.
It's not as active.
Catchy, I guess. Yeah, like except for this one part, but even this one part, it's like it's not as like insta like ooh as like the up and down dance. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still think it's a decent song. I don't know how much I'll like it. Listening to it 5 or 6 or 8 more times, which I'm sure I will. But I don't know. I kind of just want to listen up and down again.
Yeah, like if I'm gonna listen to this song, I might as well just listen to Up and Down instead. That song is better in most aspects.
Like that song has a hype feel to it, where it's just like you're like it's kind of like why I enjoy Puss and why I enjoy some of the other Unpretty Rap Star songs.
And Up Down has like this part of Up and Down, like is built up more, right? I think you're right about that one part before this one. It just doesn't do a good enough job, I think.
Yeah, instead of it like hyping up towards the chorus, it kind of dwindles down towards the chorus, which is weird to me.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, you can't, it's hard to replicate, you can't replicate a bar, right? You can't replicate a fucking Gangnam Style, right?
Yeah.
You can try, and it's got a lot to live up to. So expectations is a problem. But I do actually think it's, part of the comments that I read spoiled this, where the censor was really just trying to, fuck with you. So I think if I was more surprised by that, I might enjoy that part a little bit more. But I think that's pretty clever. I think it's pretty clever.
It was clever, but other than being clever, it was just kind of, you can't, I feel like they based their whole
video
concept about that. And then it wasn't as big of a shock, I guess, as it should have been.
Yeah, like, I mean, Up and Down, like, there's blatant, like, penis, like, shit in your face, there's blatant like, sexual
phallic,
innuendo.
Phallic kind of imagery there.
And in this one, it's like, it's weird because they were like, oh man, we're going to go for this, like, we're going to trick them. We're going to put all this, like, quote unquote porn and stuff in, like, but they didn't really play it off.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it could have been much more shocking and much more like what is she licking right now? Oh, it's a lollipop.
If they kind of like made it more risque and then brought it down, we would have been shocked a little bit more, I think, right?
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
I look forward to kind of listening to it again, I guess.
Watching it a few more times and talking about it in the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, you can find our kind of extended thoughts later, in 2 weeks. You can find, of course, our podcast on our channel or on iTunes at This Week in K-Pop if you made it this far into this first impression. Not a reaction.
It's pretty much a reaction.
It's pretty much the way we used to do reactions.
Yeah.
But sometimes I think just using that word gives this impression to the new people. Because we do get new viewers and they're like, what the fuck is
It's a
this
horrible
shit?
reaction. You guys are terrible at reacting.
Nobody screamed once during this reaction. I'm confused. But that's it. I mean, April's been a big old month of big old groups.
Yep.
I do wonder what this is going to be like. Did you say it debuted at number 1 or?
This song? No, I don't think so. I think JYP's song that we accidentally cut to, that was number 1, if I remember correctly.
I don't know. We'll check. I mean, we can check right now.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I can't check. Can you check? It's going to fuck with the recording if I check.
I can check.
Because, I mean, number 1 is pretty crazy, right? Like, if you don't listen to our podcast, like, Jimin's Puss was number 1 for a very long time. Miss A's Only You has been number 1 for a couple weeks over EXO and SNSD. So
Yeah, this one right now, as I speak, is number 3. JYP's song with Who's Your Mama, and then Miss A's song.
A's is number 2.
Then this song, and Puss and EXO.
That's pretty disappointing for the song not to debut 1. Like, I think that's a big disappointment for the company and them for this not to debut as number 1.
But still number top 3 is not bad, I guess.
True, top 3 is not bad, especially since they were nowhere to be found a year ago. But I mean, after such a big kind of like everybody in Korea knows knows up and down,
Yeah.
For it to not to debut number 1, that's pretty weak, I think, of an expectation.
It's gotta be some sort of disappointment. Oh yeah.
But maybe it'll slowly build up. I mean, until YG releases whatever he's gonna unleash on the 1st.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think that's it. I don't think we have anything else to talk about. We're both tired as fuck. You were on drugs. I'm just a fat, tired dude.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll end it there. Leave us what you think about this video. Oh, yeah.
We always want to hear what you think. So, just leave us a comment. Doesn't matter how long. We usually read them anyways.
Yep. And yeah, that's it for now. We'll see you guys next time, maybe.
Bye.
Peace.